It's too late. Hey, Big Brother Leanne. Big Brother fan Leanne. Hey. Right back at ya. Oh, this is HD, isn't it? Hey, Trish. Hey, Trek Lord. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Abby Love 12. Hey, Amber. Back at ya. Rod Carson. Hello, hello. Hey, guys. Back at you, Trek Lord. Awesome. Lots to talk about today. Except Bravo. Hey, Patricia. Hi, LKN00. Sounds like R2D2. Or what's the other one that's in the Star Wars? Oh my gosh. 42 days until BB Canada premieres? Oh my gosh. We had so much fun doing that last year. Hey, Jessica. So much fun. I interviewed everyone. Got to go in the Big Brother house. You can see all of that stuff at yourrealityrecaps.com. BB Can 3. Yes, I believe that's where it is. I don't know. Stuff moves. It moves. Woohoo! You've already made us #1 in advice. Thanks, everybody. Oh, I should. So when I do this, I actually am in the Reality Recaps Eric Twitter account, so I have to go to mine and also tweet it. I mean, technology, my goodness. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Woo. There we go. All things making a murderer. One, two, yeah. Awesome. Oops. Sorry, guys. This wasn't scrolling anymore. Hey, Randy. Hey, Love and Kindness. Hey, Oxford 2016. Senor Grad Abbey. Kusnik. Christy. Tracy Laura. Hi. Summer W. Holla. Mama Patty. Hey. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King's birthday is today, which is why my background is him, because he's inspirational. And since we're in advice, I figured it's good. Plus, I love this quote. What you drinking tonight? Sangria for me? Oh, Big Zilla, why don't you invite me over? I'm just having my tea time in my Vegas cup. Because I know Eric likes to go to Vegas all the time, so I'm just rubbing it in his face. And you're rubbing the sangria in mine. So, there we go. Oh my gosh. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What kind of sangria? Like peach sangria? What kind of fruits are you using in that? Did you just buy it? Is it Bethany Frankel Skinny Girl sangria? Or is it Lisa Vanderpump's? Oh my gosh. Hey, Social Mary. Hey guys, I don't know why this isn't scrolling. I'm having to manually scroll to make sure I see everybody. I like your mug and your cup is cute. Oh, this mug? Oh, thank you. Sad about the Eagles Glenn Fried. What? I didn't hear about this. Kusnik. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Everybody is... And poor Celine Dion. She lost her husband and her brother in like days of each other. It's horrible. I can't. Glenn Fry passed away. Hey, Tess. Hey, Milo. Good evening to you. Tenling. Hello. Hairwolf. Why, I'm shocked. No Skinny Girl is a local one, red from Oliver Winery. Ooh, Bloomington. Oh, nice. That's SoCal Candace. And this is So Comedy Jonah. So Raven. I try things. I'm from Montreal. Where are you? I'm from Montreal. We're in the morning. You're already in the morning. You're only like 3 hours ahead. I'm in Seattle, Washington. I have lots of friends in Montreal. And I've never been. But the winters scare me. It's very cold. Today, you can call Miss Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Maximus Mom, just arrived. Thank you. Hey, Maximus Mom. Jesse Tyler Bolt, please say hi. Hello. Please say hi back. Also, too, guys, don't forget, this is kind of a call-in show, so you are more than welcome to chat with me one-on-one if you got something to say, and I hope that you do. No morning, Tracy says, for Celine Dion. But if you she's a human being, people, come on. It's just lost. It's sad. I don't know if you guys know this quote behind me, because it is Martin Luther King Day. I guess maybe we should just officially start. Let's just start it. Let's just do it. All right, guys, so I'm going to pose and use that little button right below me that looks like, I don't know, a molecule, I guess. It's got the 3 thing. And we can pose for a picture and share it with all your people. That Surrey, the new Surrey, I don't need anything, Surrey. Share out the show. Awesome Blossom. All right, let's do the official intro and let's just get this going. All right, guys. Hey, everyone. John Richardson here with Your Reality Recaps. Excited to talk about not just reality shows, but actually shows happening in reality. One that I have been talking about the last, week is Making a Murderer. I saw 10 episodes of it on Netflix. It almost destroyed me. I was so mad. We've been talking about it. We talked about it last week. We're talking about it again today because we've got some new information from Dr. Phil, so we'll be getting into all of that. So if you have not seen it, this is spoiler. So please, please, I don't want to spoil anything for you. So we'll be talking about all of this. Dr. Phil had a 2-part episode. Last week was part 1. Today, literally like an hour ago, was part 2. I watched it, so we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss what color I should dye my hair for for Meg's fundraiser in New York. I'm normally blonde, but I got to do something. I literally have a mirror, and I got so frustrated, I just started cutting my hair. So then I had to put it all back together somewhat. So we're going to discuss that. Really important things. What else? And then anything else that you guys want to talk about. I also want to talk a little bit about, because we've freaked out about Making a Murderer. I want to talk about Ethan Couch a little bit. He's the teenager that kind of mowed down all those people and has now ran away and has now been arrested in Mexico. So if you are not up to date with the Ethan Couch thing, we'll get you up to date. Not a lot of spoilers. It's just all over the news. And all kinds of stuff. And of course, you know what? Also, shows like this happen because of you guys. So if you want to help support us, become a patron. You can go to our page at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Every little bit helps. Doesn't have to be millions and billions, but if you want it to, go ahead and do it. It's tax write-off. Also do yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal is also good to do that. We appreciate all the support. We're so excited. We're so excited because with patrons like you, not only do you get exclusive content, you can chat with us on our secret Facebook page, but events like covering Meg, the fundraiser in New York on the 30th is also because of you guys. We're able to do that stuff, which is great. All right. Good. You guys have shared some shows out. My apologies for coughing. So yes, Jessica says, I watched both Phils, not Nancy Grace yet, but she hears nothing. Nobody says so. Yeah, I watched Dr. Phil. First of all, this started with, in all of our conversations on Twitter, mostly kind of in our special patron group too on Facebook, where we watched the Judge Jean Shapiro special. I really thought that her special was kind of somewhat balanced till her end statement freaked me out. And she was like, listen, I think he's guilty, da-da-da-da-da. A lot of things that she said in her special, we got to hear Nancy Grace say it last week in Dr. Phil's special. I don't necessarily agree with what Nancy says. I think it's really kind of funny when she says things like, the inmate says that when Stephen gets out, he's going to build a torture chamber and torture women and kill them. She's taking the word of an inmate, who, I don't know, has a heart of gold. But then, she's not looking at all the other disconjointed pieces with it. I think all of us, too, have come a long way, right? From, especially you, Maximus Mom, have come a long way as far as watching the documentary, getting upset, wanting to just get the petition out ourselves, and then we get some air back in, and now we're kind of looking at things. I like Dr. Phil. I think he's funny in comedy spoofs. The shows that I do watch, I don't mind them. I mostly agree with him. I thought he did a great balanced show. I was really, really happy with what he did. What do you guys choose? John is frozen. No. She did a podcast too, John. Nancy Grace, I believe. She's crazy. Yeah, she is. Can you guys... Am I still frozen? Damn, I missed it. Tracy Laura says, yeah. He did get caught. I think you guys are talking about Ethan Couch. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Oh, not frozen for me. Good. Nope, good. All right. So I thought Dr. Phil did a pretty balanced episode. I really liked the things that he says. Even when I was watching the documentary, I was upset. It wasn't upset because I thought, oh my gosh, this man, this gem of society has just gotten a raw deal. I don't think Stephen Avery is the salt of the earth. He's got some shortcomings. He's in kind of a tunnel with the community that he lives in because the Avery family kind of just stuck together. On top of that, doesn't have a very high IQ. It wasn't really favored in the community to begin with. So all of those things they kind of had against them. Do I think that the police, speaking of comedy spoofs, Angie Tribeca has been so much fun. Oh, I gotta check that out. Breezy Babe. Do I think the police killed Teresa Halbach? No, I don't. I mean, that would be even horrible. I think something happened. I definitely think that she's definitely the victim. I think that Stephen just needs I think he needs a new trial. That's all I think. I agree with Dr. Phil. If it's a new trial and he's found guilty, put him under the prison. Absolutely. If these two men are monsters, I just think to have any reasonable doubt, I think is what this documentary gave us. And even Judge Jean Shapiro's special, there was some reasonable doubt. And I thought it was really irresponsible for her then in her closing statement to completely do a 180 and say, I think he's guilty and this and that and quoting stuff. We learned today, if you watch the Dr. Phil special, about the cat, being burned. Like he says, oh, it was a mistake. And that's what we heard in the documentary. We hear now that not only was it, of course it was a mistake, but we heard that Stephen literally doused it with gasoline and motor oil and put the cat in the fire and then would not let it escape the fire and watched it burn, and I guess enjoyed watching it burn. And that's disgusting. Absolutely. I get it. I don't think Stephen Avery is the salt of the earth, but I think there was too many missteps with what happened that he needs a new trial. And I think Brendan does too. And I think Brendan especially, I think he never got to finish high school. He never got to do any of that stuff. It was just, ugh, blah. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think. Cried for Brendan. He breaks my heart. I'm sick and twisted. Yes. I cried for poor Brendan as well. It does break my heart. It's awful. Sadly, I missed the commercial-free marathon of it. Chuck Lord, yes, I agree too. It's just they need a new trial. I think Dr. Phil did a really good job with saying, with our judicial system, and he went down, and of course I can't remember all of it, but basically what he was saying was you have to go through these different steps to then determine reasonable doubt in the evidence, and I don't think those were done with either one of their cases. We got to hear from the girlfriend or the fiance, or I should say ex-fiance, who is no longer engaged to be married, says it has nothing to do with, Stephen Avery. She still says that he's innocent and gentle as a teddy bear, I guess. The one thing I thought was really interesting was he said that if Stephen got out, what he wanted to do was live in the forest. He wanted to grow his own food and get away from everybody. And he asked her, would you feel safe living in the forest by yourself, all alone with Stephen Avery? And she said, no, she'd have no problem doing that. And I don't know, I'd kind of feel a little bit, it's one thing to be like, I think it needs a fair trial. I think, I think there was some mishap with evidence happening. But I think living in the forest with him after that's another step. I don't think that he would kill her or anything, but I can't imagine, what their kids would look like. I don't know. I just completely. Lopez says Nancy, the nut bar, always conflicts before all the evidence is in. Are we surprised she's spouting off? That's her thing. She spouts off all the time. Speaking of we also got to hear some of the recordings that the sheriff's department gets from people who have watched the documentary. And I was just thinking, yeah, it sounds pretty bad, but what does Nancy Grace get? Can you imagine your voicemail, your email, your comments on Twitter? I mean, she does. And I think that's her thing. That's what we expect from Nancy Grace. And that's what she gives us. And she gets the conversation all riled up. But I think it's a little irresponsible. The thing that Nancy Grace said that was hilarious was, I think he's guilty. I think he did this. I believe the prisoner said he's going to build a torture chamber. What about the cat? And the cat was all of that. And then says, but wait, I can't talk about any of the people that were in the trial. I don't have a dog in this fight. And I thought, well, stop barking like a dog and maybe we'll cut you a little slack. I mean, rough. Settle down, Nancy. And I just thought it was irresponsible. I don't know. It's because she's a lawyer. Judge Jean Shapiro, she's a judge. Is everybody kind of wanting to say that this was all done correctly so we Americans can feel safe that our judicial system is perfect? Or better than most countries, which, you know, somebody also said in today's Dr. Phil as well. I don't know. I mean, I think we have a great judicial system. I don't think it's perfect. I think crap happens, missteps happen, and I think a misstep happened here. I just want him to have a fair trial. Then go in the woods and live away. I can't imagine. I would want to go live away in the woods as well. In the last 30 years, this man's been in prison for 28 of them. 28 years and counting. So what does that say? Yeah. Do you want to live in the woods after that? After living in prison, you know, you're pooping in front of everybody. I mean, yeah, you can do that. You can poop outside in a hole. Hey, conquer thy ROI issues. Hey, Tess. Exactly, yes. Augie33 says, I go back and forth whether I think he's guilty or not, but I do agree that he deserves a new trial. I also like to see him take the stand. Absolutely. And I think, you know, Augie, one of the things that I think they might be a little nervous about him taking the stand is the fact, I mean, look what happened to Brendan. You know what I mean? Brendan doesn't have the highest IQ. And again, guys, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just a fact. Doesn't have a high IQ. Neither does Stephen Avery. And I think that, you know, the cross-examine, I think, after what's happened with that, and even some of the things Stephen has said already, the cross-examine would not help his case at all. He really needs someone to talk for him. Absolutely. You know, we've also learned in this last week about, you know, especially with Judge Janine's whatever show, about the sweat DNA, and that can't be planted. And I agree. And he said, you know, he never really saw her, wasn't near the car, but there's sweat DNA under the hood. We don't know. I mean, we don't know if her battery died and he popped the hood to give her a jump, but is too scared to say anything because it's like, I just wanted to be away from her because I'm so scared about going to jail. I just got out serving an 18-year sentence I shouldn't have served. So who knows why he could have lied or not. I don't know. I think it's weird. I think that's weird. I think it's weird with the FBI not having this test to test the thing in the blood to see whether it's that drug in there it is so the blood won't coagulate. There's no test that existed, and within, you know, days this magic test appeared and it came back that, you know, there wasn't any. Was her boyfriend ever investigated? Tracy Laura, that's a good question. I don't think so. And that's a really good question because that kind of reminds me, and I think I brought it up last week, and I'm just going to say it again in case you missed it. Okay. Was Teresa's video of herself on the couch talking about if she died or if something happened to her, that she was happy and that she loved her life. Was kind of a weird video. And who shot it? Was it the boyfriend? Have you ever filmed a video like that? I mean, I do stuff like this all the time with Eric and your reality recaps and on my own and some stand-up, and never have I thought, let me just make this real clear in case something happens. I just want everybody to know I'm happy. I don't know. I don't mean to make fun of Teresa. She's a victim in this, but I'm just saying I just thought it was a little odd. Randy Hill says, John, there is no such thing as sweat DNA. Okay, everybody's talking about the sweat DNA. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, okay? I'm just what's on the outside. That's all I care about. I'm teasing. Totally teasing. Wilding Tongue says, yeah, that video was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. It was just, yeah, Parawolf. And I think, and that's a good point that you bring up, Parawolf, because he forgot to crush the car if he did do it. And I think that if you own a wrecking yard, doesn't matter what your IQ is really. Well, maybe if it's in the single digits, but I think you're gonna crush the car, right? Like, it's just odd. And something that kind of came up with, like, the brothers and the inheritance. You know, Dr. Phil brought that up today and said, you know, Stephen, what about your brothers? He said, absolutely not. They had nothing to do with it, you know. But we also found out today that they're kind of estranged. They don't go visit him. They don't really have anything to do with him because of all of this. You know, I don't know. I can't really think the brothers are doing anything. I was looking up stuff because, of course, I like to do the latest stuff as far as who, like, Stephen kind of thinks he did it. And, you know, a lot of damaging testimony came from Bobby Dassey, who is the older brother of Brendan Dassey and the nephew of Stephen Avery. Provided a lot of damning testimony. I can't think of what's his IQ like. Stephen Avery's older brother Charles, guiding, you know, everybody around. Doesn't have the motive to kill. You know, Charles even said that Stephen had motive to kill Teresa, which I don't understand why. I mean, his cars in Auto Trader were selling. I don't understand what his motive would be to do that. You know, another thing too that kind of happened was, you know, the big thing that Nancy Grace stuck on, that Judge Gene Shapiro stuck on, was the fact that he did the star 68 or 60, I don't know what it is. I haven't used a regular landline in a long time. But it's whatever the code is to hide who's calling, or it says a blocked call or whatever. But he was blocking it, kind of, you know, who knows what it was? Who knows what goes on in someone's head who, you know, is attracted to someone, doesn't have the brightest IQ, isn't someone who participates in the community that they live in. They're just in the family, which, you know, especially if you're in my family, it would be a little wackadoo too. But, you know, we don't know. I mean, does he have the best social skills? Probably not. You know, only talks to his family, hangs out. You know, we don't know what that is. Do I think, oh my gosh, he's hiding his identity because he's trying to? No, I don't think that. No, Nancy Grace just, all her stuff jarbled, and, you know, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I've seen, you know, I would like to see Nancy Grace, you know, and she probably has on the whole Ethan Couch thing. Now that is crazy, right? Tangling goes back. I go back and forth on it too. And again, Tenling, like I said, I don't think he's the salt of the earth. I think he does have some issues. But what I do agree with everything I've seen up to this point, January 18th, 2016, is he needs a new trial. Okay? I don't think there's reasonable doubt with one of the jurors being related to one of the officers. It was all entwined. It wasn't good. It wasn't cool. I think they need to redo it. What's interesting is Stephen Avery has a new lawyer. I forgot her name. But she's a woman also, and she says she's got some new evidence to present. So she's putting actually a thing together, an appeal where he can get out on bond, I believe it is. So that's kind of the latest with the whole Stephen Avery thing. And I think this appeal it is on a federal level. So, I don't know. Allison P. Is leaving. Oh, feel better, Allison. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if you're not feeling good. I know Miss Dawn Draper's not feeling good either, so we got to give a shout out to Miss Dawn Draper, who's having like a tooth thing happening, which is the worst, right? Tooth pain. Ouch. So we got to wish her well as well. Love Riley says loved in Gone Girl the Nancy Grace character, and at the beginning a gift because she was so wrong. LOL. I love it. Parable says, John, I heard Avery's ex-fiance was arrested numerous times since she left town and is broke. I don't know if it's the older fiance, but it is the one before that. The one that we see, like him walking to court and kind of like that Corvette, or I don't know what it is, like Rams Charger, red jacket. That one, the one that had the drinking problem, who finally, and then she was arrested, and then she finally had to kind of clean up. And she was on his side, and then we saw in the documentary she was kind of forced out of town, is what it looked like. And then she later on, like lately, has said, you know what, I don't believe he's guilty. And she's kind of turned her testimony around. And then there's also gossip and speculation that because she was paid for it. So I don't know. Everybody's wanting something out of this. John, can you tell us about the New York event? I can in just a moment. J. Holt Chateau. I'm so excited about that. But yes, all right. Did I have a guest? Did my guest leave? Don't be scared. I don't bite. So you got something to say, or you just want to say hi, and we can cheers. We can toast. Nancy Grace has also written fiction mystery novels. She knows how to build a story, says Jackie knows. And I believe that. And I think she's very entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I think it is very entertaining. Also think that is the Netflix documentary one-sided? Kind of, absolutely. Now that I have more information, I do think it's kind of one-sided. But I think it got us to look at things in a way where, you know, there really wasn't reasonable doubt. This is an innocent man. He's not a perfect man, but he's still a human being, and he's an American, and he deserves a fair trial. He's an American citizen, just like me, and just like you. Breezy Babe says Carol Burnett called Into the Call, Angie Tribeca, the most stupid, hilarious show she's been in for a long time. I've got to try this out. In fact, let me write myself a little note to watch this show, and then we can talk about it next week. I love it. As soon as I find a pin that works. Angie Tribeca. Is it in New York in Tribeca? Is it a podcast? Tingling says, would you rather a murderer go free or a not guilty person stay in jail? Both. I don't want someone who's innocent to be in jail, and I don't want a murderer to go free. You know, especially what happened in Stephen Avery's first case, when there was evidence that pointed to that other guy, and, you know, Stephen Avery wasn't popular in his community, and so, you know, the cousin was married to one of the officers or the sheriff at the time. Stephen exposed himself, pointed a gun at her. She wanted retaliation. She told him, and they went, you know, crazy trying to get him arrested and put away, and not even realizing that a lot of evidence pointed to this other guy too, who looked very similar to Stephen Avery at the time, and now realize it was him. And because they didn't do their job, you know, because they had a personal grudge on it, he did it, 2-3 more times, and finally he passed away, I believe. I think he was killed in prison. Love Riley says, Wonder Woman shirt, brilliant, just noticed it. It's funny because we had this artwork done. I know you guys have seen it, of me and Eric. And I think I wore, it wasn't even this shirt. I think I wore something, or I had a Wonder Woman mug or something. And the artist just painted or drew me with the Wonder Woman shirt. So I actually went out and got this because I loved it. So I was trying to kind of style myself after the cartoon character. So thank you. Mwah, mwah. It's great artwork. John, how much would you sell the Wonder Woman shirt for? I would never sell it. It would probably be a prize. I don't know. I never thought about it. You know, I see Eric with all his shows that he's giving these bath balls away. I don't know what I could give away. Could I give a Wonder Woman shirt away? Puppy Lover 69 says, what the F? You are ugly. Oh, but you're a puppy. So, I hope, well, you're cute. You're a puppy. Even if you're an ugly breed, you're a puppy. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Wonder Woman. Absolutely. Yes, I even thought about giving away my Christmas mugs that I was drinking with throughout the holiday season. I don't know. Would you guys even be interested in that? Me not know. I don't know. Only the person in an XL. No, I would do a Wonder Woman shirt, and then I would get your size and send it to you. Blockity block block. Oh, gosh, Eric, I don't even know what. Is there someone mean in the chat room? You are cute, says WB. Thank you. You're super cute, too. Laura says block. Oh. Listen, I don't care what you call me, just call me. I've heard words. And I'm still standing. Please, John Wonder Woman, says Abby Love 12. Okay. Oh, and I forgot. So this is the quote because it's Martin Luther King Day, and it's one of my favorite quotes. And I actually saw Eric retweet it. Somebody had sent it out, and I also retweeted it too on my account. But it just reminded me how much I love this quote. And it says, well, it's not even, the screen is cut off. Let me just bring up the other one. Where am I? Hold on for just a second. Because I don't have it memorized. It says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And I think that is so powerful for everything, even with the Stephen Avery thing, right? Whether he's innocent, whether he's guilty, I think we all can agree he needs another fair trial. If he's guilty, put him away. If he's not, the man deserves a fair trial. And I think this is so powerful for everybody. I don't care what gender you are, what economic background you're from. It doesn't matter. Everybody has things they're going through. And this is just a simple reminder from a powerful human being on his day, Martin Luther King Jr., that reminds us we have to keep moving forward. You just have to. Things can be bad. Money can be tight. Money cannot be there. Family issues, spouse issues, children, animals. You got to keep moving forward. You have to. We all have to remember that. And I love it. So that's the quote. But my screenshot's a little warped, so I had to look it up. So sorry. Sorry for the dead air, Eric. Sorry. Will Smith got an Oscar nom. She's a dork, says Breezy Bay. Okay. Oh, for the football movie. I have issues with Jada Pinkett Smith and Spike Lee today. I mean, her hubby wasn't snubbed. I don't know. John, a mug giveaway would be fun. I was thinking about it because I got lots of compliments from you guys about my Christmas mugs that I was drinking out of. But I put them away, but I can get them out again. And I thought maybe I should just give those away. But I don't even know if that's anything that you guys would want. But let me know because I'm here. All right. So I know something. Okay, so another person who's been in the news a lot lately is Ethan Couch. And if you guys do not know who this is, Ethan Couch is an American teenager given 10 years probation in juvenile court for 4 counts of intoxication manslaughter for recklessly driving drunk on June 15th, 2013 in Texas. He was illegally driving on a restricted license and speeding, lost control, and plowed into a group of people standing near a disabled SUV and struck a parked car, which was there to assist the vehicle. 4 people were killed in the collision. 2 passengers in Couch's truck suffered serious bodily injury, and the total of 9 people were injured. And I don't know if you guys have seen this like on 2020, but that kid needs a spanking, says Tess. He needs more than that. I don't know if you guys have seen any of this footage with the mom. So not only did he do this and was driving not just on a suspended license, but he's been driving since he was 13. I don't know if you know who the Couches are. I guess they live in Texas. They have a huge kind of metal factory that they do. They're loaded. They have tons of money. All of these 9 people that had issues with what happened all settled out of court. There was one family that held out. Excuse me. They have now since settled. So everyone has settled. This kid, affluenza is the defense, meaning that this kid is so privileged and gets everything that he wants, and there's never been really any discipline or anything, that he doesn't know the difference. So when he did this thing, he was, I think, 16, he lived probably, a few houses down. His family owned this house. They were all living there. Then the family had another house built. I forgot how many miles away. That house was built. His parents moved into the new one that they built, and Ethan got to stay in this house by himself, 16, supposedly going to school. This kid was doing everything from drinking and drugs and cocaine and earlier that night, they had gone to like a Walmart and stole beer, even though this kid's loaded. There's just no consequences. And you heard the mom's testimony on different things like, do you think it was smart to have your kid living in a house all by himself at 16? She goes, probably not. Never had any consequences. I want to know what you guys, I'm starting to see what you guys think about this defense. Do you think this is a good defense? You know, what's that saying? Like Maya Angelou says, you know, as far as if you know better, you do better. So if this kid doesn't know to do better, is this bad? I want to know. No, says Ms. Wendy. BB Bree says no. Randy Hill says, I know. Who lets kids do that seriously, says Tina. I know. I feel bad for the man who his wife and daughters were helping the victims. It was horrible, says Maximus' mom. It was horrible. This man, and the one that they're talking about, these people were in front of the house. There was a disabled car. His wife and his daughter were out front talking to the person who owned this disabled car. Now, this was it wasn't like a main road. This was a road that, you know, was, I guess, for this particular part of Texas, you know, it wasn't like a main street. I mean, this was a kind of a rural area with bigger houses. It was a few days, it was the 13th, so I think, what was it, Father's Day was 2 days after this had happened, but this man lost his wife and his daughter in the same night. And it wasn't like he just plowed into them. They were thrown hundreds of feet away from, he was going that fast. And the daughter was over here, and his wife was over here. And then during his interview, you hear him say, you know, and then a few days later, it's Father's Day, and I had found the presents that they had hidden to give me on Father's Day. Oh my God. I mean, I'm going to start crying. It's just horrible. His mother is a piece of shit. I'm just saying, says Breezy. And thank you for putting the C there. It's so sad. I mean, his whole life changed in an instant. And what's so bad about this is that when Ethan hit he kind of sideswiped the disabled vehicle, hit another car, but then ended up hitting a tree, but he flipped his truck. He had two teenagers that were, two of his friends were in the back seat, and as soon as he hit, they went flying. Truck flipped over upside down. Ian crawls out and walks home. Doesn't help anyone. Doesn't say, oh, I'm fine, or, pop my shoulder back in. He just walked home and later was arrested. Didn't say, oh my gosh, can I help? Nothing. So I think that's why everybody is so like, this kid does not understand. It's not that he doesn't have a large IQ or not. He just doesn't understand consequences. He was never told no. He was allowed to drive a vehicle before he had a license. He was allowed to drive just around the driveway. And then he said, oh, can I just drive to the store? Oh, and then I think at 14, he was driving to school. Where was the school? What was going on? But they had so much money. He got away with it. People, I wouldn't want the judge I wouldn't want to be the judge that sentenced him. Well, if you're going to be sentenced by that judge, Miss Wendy, you would want it to be that judge because he got 10 years probation. 9 people. 4 killed. 5 injured really badly. And he got 10 years probation because he didn't know better and was in counseling and then was supposed to do some community service. And then they follow up later and said, what's going on? Ethan got really lucky with this. How's the probation? He didn't do the community service. He couldn't even fulfill those requirements. So then I think they found out that Ethan was going to be taken or put in jail. So he left. He left the country. Mom went with him. And I believe today or yesterday, they caught him in Puerto Vallarta, ay Dios mío, where you see him in cuffs. He's a ginger, and he's dyed his hair dark, and he's in custody, and he's currently being extradited back to the U.S. He does deserve jail, but then, Tangling, and I don't know why, I just migrate over to your name, he deserves to be punished. I don't know what that is, though. Do I think that he is born with a silver spoon in his mouth and is not told no? Yes. Do I think that maybe if nothing's done and he doesn't get any kind of help and he's just in jail and turns out to be a thug with money, is that going to be better? What's he going to do then when he gets out? What do we need? I don't know. The mom it's too late for the mom. And I don't even think the parents really even get along very well. They don't, it doesn't look like and again, people, money isn't everything, right? Because they don't look happy. Augie says, oh, it's scrolling fast. Augie says, it is disgusting that he only, received probation. He leaves the country cause. He couldn't handle, one more thing. He couldn't handle the mom is a bigger idiot. Yeah. Are the parents to blame? Absolutely. If he's thrown in jail, we should play John's Justice. If you were the judge, what would you sentence him with? And you can't say you don't know. Oh my gosh, Jay Holtscher too. I love that. In fact, you guys have to call in and you guys are pleading your case and then I can be the judge. I love it. John's Justice on the pulse. I love it. Yeah, I don't know what is the right thing here. Knowledge is power. Absolutely. I agree with that. Auntie Mame says it in her movie. I agree. I don't know if he needs therapy. I don't know if he truly understands what his actions are. It's just so I'm above this. I'm above, you know what I mean? Like, is it getting to a point which I hope that it doesn't matter how much money the Couches have, they have to answer for their actions. I love it. Judge John, JJ, just call me JJ. John's Justice should be a thing. Oh my gosh, because I love this crime stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my Big Brother. I love my Survivor. I love my Bravo. But I'm loving the Justice too. And I'm loving John's Justice. Hey, Giselle. Thanks for inviting everybody. Cheryl says, I think he needs to get mental help and the mom should go to jail. She is also under the influence. I think the mom's old enough. I think mom needs to go to jail. I think dad needs to go to jail too. And I think Ethan does need counseling, locked up counseling. I don't know if traditional jail is going to work for Ethan. I don't know if it's, what do you do? I mean, if someone's that far because they're so rich that they don't understand consequences. I mean, a traditional jail, I don't think is going to work for that. I think if he goes to a traditional jail, I think he's going to turn into a monster. And then what do we have? We have a rich monster on the road. What do we do? Oh, that's scary, right? A crazy person with resources terrifies me. He needs locked up special treatment therapy. Absolutely. I think the dad is divorcing his mom. Yeah. I mean, I don't even think they sleep. Is it me? I don't even think they sleep in the same room. Like, or she was in like one wing of the house. Like, this house was pretty big. Like, she lived in one wing, he lived in the other. She just stayed in bed all day. Which, you know, again, people, you think money's going to make things better? Look. Money can't buy you class, just like the Countess says on Bravo. His dad is married an idiot. Yeah, and I think idiots marry idiots. John, I asked her. She's a great answer. What? Wait, Abby Love, ask who? They no longer live together since, Ms. Wendy, yeah. Money can't buy class. Yes, I know. The dad is no angel. Long rap sheet, yeah. You know, they give birth to idiots and yeah. It's off. The thought that these people lost their loved ones, the thought this man lost his wife and daughter right before Father's Day. Life completely changed, completely different. It's just absolutely horrible. And I know that they were showing those houses on Zillow.com. Ask Maximus' mom. Ask her where. One more time. The only thing would work is is an army service. Send him to Syria. I can get what's right from wrong. Absolutely. Sorry, I keep having to scroll down because it's scrolling so fast. Army's good. I think that's a really good idea. I think put him in, seeing what it really is, and just a little discipline and a little unselfishness. Oh, it's and then here's another example. So, people are saying, a lot of attorneys with the Avery thing say, they're doing this because they don't want the judicial system to fall apart, and then us Americans won't have any structure. But then we also have got the Couches who are what? A white privileged, I guess you want to call it, who only get probation because I'm too rich to not understand. I don't get it. Army is a good idea, says Tingling. Maximus, you're on the pulse. Maximus' mom's on the pulse. Yep, I think that's a great idea. Patty Thompson Kate says, money wins. It does. Guess we could just do whatever the hell we want. I'm gonna run naked. Woohoo! Every day's Burning Man. I'm gonna spin fire. If I burn your house down, sorry. I'll just buy you a new one. Who cares? A little army discipline would go a long way, says Sherry Blackberry. God, I love my Blackberry. I like my phone, but I miss my Blackberry. I like it. Send him there and disbar the judge. Yeah, what's going on with these judges? What is going on? I don't know. You hear cases like this too, and then, every little, all our hope and all our judicial stuff is just getting peed on. Parents need to be flat broke. He's got influenza people. They have no hearts. I don't know if Wilding Tonks, if influenza means you're like a sadomasochist or whatever. I don't have a soul, but I got a big pocketbook. I don't know. I'm just, I know you're just kidding. So but yeah, it certainly makes a bumpy ride a lot cushier, right? A lot. Oh my gosh. No one's called in. No one likes me. No one wants to talk to me. My gosh, we just have 10 minutes left, I think. Sherry Blackberry says fine the shit out of his parents and give the son a choice of army or jail. Ooh, Sherry, I like that. Money will keep you out of jail. Well, obviously. Maximus Holmes says, why isn't caking in? Caking? What's caking? Do you mean having your cake and eating it too? I don't know. Wilding Tongue says, oh my god, that kid. I love him. It's just really, really sad. That is not the way you want to start this life. I mean, I don't know how old you guys are, but I've been around for a while, and you don't want to start things out like that because there's a lot of life to live, and whatever you do, you gotta keep moving forward. Absolutely. Yeah, we're just tying this all in. It's just tying it in. Cheryl says Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, Caitlyn. I'm on the fence with Caitlyn, to be honest. And, it's my community. I have friends that are trans in the trans community. I have all kinds of friends. I have all kinds of friends of color, all kinds of friends of gender, but I don't know. Caitlyn's a Kardashian, okay? Let's just say that. CK. She's a Kardashian. And it's just very clear that the hair and the makeup seems to be a little more important than what the cause is and what's going on here. Julie Holt says, we heard what Eric thought. What do you think of the other websites like Unfiltered Feeders are saying you copy them? That we copy them? What are we copying them for? I don't understand. Are they on? Well, I think they're on you now. I know that they're doing the party. They're also going to be live streaming the party on the 30th, which is going to be fabulous. I don't know what to think. I mean, Eric and I have been doing this for years now. We could just go back and look at our YouTube channel and go onto iTunes and go back years and years of content. We've been doing this format for a long time. So, I don't know how long they've been around. I've heard of them recently because they're doing the party. I'm sure they're probably hilarious because I don't think they'd be doing a party like this if they weren't great. So other than that, I don't know. I'd have to check out some of their stuff. But yeah, Eric and I have been doing this for a while. I guess it's all. Is that enough? Is that answer your question? YRR has been on air way longer than your reality recaps. Yes. Max and I are guesting. Good. It was great that they showed them a couple of jail cells in the process of when we were arrested. Okay. To Caleb Riley, I really wanted to get into before I got sick. Oh, forensics. Yes. No, but just to tell you a little bit about the party on the 30th. I know we've got, I think, like 5 more minutes left. Party on the 30th. So excited. I already have my ticket. We're going to be interviewing everybody, and you hear like even Frankie Grande's going now. Amanda Zimmerman. Oh my gosh, Zuckerman. Sorry, Amanda Zuckerman, Gina Marie Zimmerman. Oh my gosh, are going. I haven't seen Gina Marie forever. And speaking of which, I've known Gina Marie since her season on Big Brother, so that was a few years ago. Not copying anyone. But it's going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to meet unfiltered feeders and hang out with them. And so you guys broke the Amanda news. What's the Amanda news? Did Eric must have broke it? I didn't. All right, I think we've got a guest in here. We do. Awesome. Sorry, we can't do it while you're broadcasting. Yes, I can. Oops. Maximus, Mom, I lost you. Which school district? I'm close to Philadelphia. Amanda Zuckerman blocked me on Twitter years ago. She can't deal with it though, Breezy Babe. What did you do, girl? If it was years ago, it was probably because she was getting so much stuff. I was with her. Eric and I went to a fashion show that Gina Marie was in a few years ago. Met Amanda, had dinner with her, literally sitting across the table talking about stuff. You know, she gets a phone call. And then puts the phone down. And I said, it's not rude, but if you need to get that, you should get it. I mean, I'm not going to be offended. We're all human beings. We're all adults here. We all got stuff going on. We're all movers and shakers. She plays the voicemail to me, and it's this woman who she doesn't know talking about how Amanda deserves to die, and she's a horrible person, and wishes her the worst. And I just thought, how could someone you don't even know say take the time to dial a phone? I got some time. I'm just going to call her up, tell her how much I hate her. It's just, it's disgusting. I don't know what is wrong with people. I think, I love the Big Brother fans, but man, I think they take it a little too seriously. It's just a game. Just like Survivor, outwit, outlast, outplay your players. Same with Big Brother. Everybody needs to calm down. Everybody says things, it's a controlled environment. It's supposed to make people, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch the live feeds, but again, it's just a game. It's not who they are. I've had a chance to hang out with Amanda several times out of the Big Brother house. She's one of my favorite people. I love her. She's hilarious when you get to know her. All right. Maximus Mom is back. Good. John's fan call-in show actually has a fan calling in, so I have to take this call. Can you hear us, Maximus Mom? We are connecting. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
I can hear you. Yay. Who's your little friend?
This is Max.
Hi, Max. I saw a picture of you and your mom on Facebook today. You're a cutie patootie. What do you
Who
guys? Did
wants
you
to
guys
say
watching
hi?
Dr. Phil? Did you guys watch
Well, I
Dr. Phil
was.
already? Okay,
I was. He wasn't.
good.
Of course, he's too
Yeah,
young.
good.
I
Yes, cartoon.
decided to. Yeah, no, that was a very interesting documentary. I'm glad he did the show. And,
What'd you think
I
about
was
it being
going back.
balanced?
I thought he was really balanced. I thought he did a great job. He really showed both sides. Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
Where do you
Like the
stand with
first
Stephen
episode,
now?
I wasn't. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, go
What'd
ahead.
you say?
The first day what? The first part of
The
Dr.
first
Phil's?
episode. The first episode, I wasn't really sure where they were going with it because of Nancy Grace and her, her views. But today's episode, I really liked what they showed about the sheriff lying. I mean, getting caught in a lie about
Yeah.
that confession, getting stuck in a safe somewhere. That was crazy.
Who put it in there, right? Who put it in the safe?
Yeah, he kept on blaming the other sheriff, and once he got sheriff, he never heard about it, and I don't know, I've never seen it. Yeah, that was pretty.
Well, I even love the reporter that says she just wasn't a fan, but when Dr. Phil asked her, "Do you think he deserves a new trial?" She's like, "I don't know, I can't really answer that." But even to me, it's like she still had some reasonable doubts. So how do you feel about Stephen Avery now? Guilty or not guilty?
At this point, I'm going to say not guilty. And not guilty for his nephew. But again,
last week you were different.
Yeah, I was going back and forth because I saw the documentary and I felt totally outraged. And then I started hearing the other side and I just kind of felt kind of dumb. And I just didn't know where to go. And then after seeing the last 2 episodes of Dr. Phil, I just felt like I kind of got my, I don't know how to say it in English, completion. I just know, I kind of feel where I stand now, and I feel that they're not guilty and really get a new trial. And if for some reason they found guilty, I will totally respect that.
Absolutely. I think whether we think he's guilty or not guilty, I know Kathy S. is in the chat room just saying liar, liar, pants on fire. I don't know if it's to me or to Stephen or whatever. I think at the end of the day, everything I've heard, both sides, he just needs a new trial. I think a lot of things were messed up.
Yeah. His lawyer appeal is going to be interesting. I didn't know it was on a federal level until you said it. So I doubt that he's going to get that, but let's hope for another trial. And before you get rid of me, I just wore that for our Seattle connection. Yep, I know. Bummer, but still love them.
Oh, I know. My partner's a huge Seahawks fan, and we were at his parents' house yesterday, and it was just, he paces, the nervous pace and everything, and just like, ay, Dios mío.
Yeah, the first half was a heartbreaker, and the second half was so tense. We got so close.
Yeah. It was close, yeah. Everybody's like, Lynch needs to get lynched, right?
Yeah. Until next year, we'll see. Sorry, I'm sure nobody here cares about football, but...
Have you heard anything about the Couches? Ethan Couch? Have you heard...
I'm sorry, say that again?
Have you heard anything about what we were talking about, like with Ethan Couch and the Couch family and the...
No.
Oh, that's going to be your new one, and you're welcome. So there's the Ethan
Ooh.
Couch, who was like 16, 17 years old, driving reckless and killed 4 people,
Oh,
injured 5.
gosh, of course. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. Oh my God, I have
Who
so
just
many
got
opinions about
arrested in
that little.
Mexico.
Yeah, that little
Okay, so
spoiled, brat, drunk killer. Yeah, I have lots of opinion about him. Oh,
I love the Army one. I love the Army one. That's a good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you. You know what? That's the best way to take care of that little boy. Oh, I love my little boy. You know, I can't even imagine somebody growing up like that. And yeah, I think, let's send him to Syria and let him deal with the creepy people. And he'll learn very quickly about life.
In Syria?
Yeah, why not? Oh, sorry, people. Oh, yeah. So, that's where he needs to go. That's
he needs
my
to
opinion.
go. Into the Army, into therapy. Yes, absolutely. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good talking to you and seeing you again.
Thank you. Thanks for taking us on. Max wanted to hang out with me. He didn't have much to say, but he just wanted to check out. So, say hi.
Hi. Hey, Max.
Hi. Okay, we're just about to have dinner now, so.
All right. Bon appetit, and thank you for calling in always. Mwah.
Merci. Mwah.
All right. Bye.
Bye, John.
Oh my gosh. I love talking to my Maximus mom. And Max. And now we know where Maximus' mom has come from. She's the mom of Maximus. In French. Enchanté. Oh my gosh, guys. Yes, so super excited about the 30th, the show. Oh, thank you so much for the likes. Mwah, 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 mwah. So excited to see everybody cover it. You can see everything at yourrealityrecaps.com. We'll be streaming it for free, so no one has to pay. There's no sign in, there's no credit card or anything. But again, too, if you want to help us out, because, you know, this does take stuff, you can help us out at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Every little bit helps. We really appreciate your support and your love with all of this. And always so much fun chatting with you guys. You guys are awesome. And everybody have a wonderful night. Don't forget, I'm back with Eric, and we are back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, talking everything Bravo and everything else. And then you've got Jason talking about Celebrity Big Brother UK on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Check that out on Thursday. And then Eric's back for his fan show on Friday. And let me guess, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's when all our shows happen. Thank you so much for all the likes and hanging out with me. A big thanks to Maximus Mom for calling in. You guys call in and chat with me. It's really fun. I'm not scary. I only bite if you want me to. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a great night. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. yourrealityrecaps.com. And of course, you can follow me everywhere on social media at Comedy Jonah. Until we see you again on Wednesday. Kisses. Bye.